This is a book club. We're gonna drink some alcohol, we're gonna talk about some books, we're gonna get a little petty. Welcome to my book club, where we're gonna be discussing Jackie Woodson's Red at the Bone. I loved her previous adult novel, Another Brooklyn, and I really wanted to see what she would do next in this space because she's primarily known as a YA writer. And I definitely wanted to feature a book from a Black woman, and she did not disappoint. It's an imperfect book, but I really enjoyed it. It focuses on a mother and a daughter with a non-traditional relationship moving across time. How would you describe this book?
An intergenerational story of dreams and ambitions.
Family history, how that impacts people for better and worse.
Definitions of womanhood, or like self-definitions of womanhood. Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right? Is Brooklyn a theme? Brooklyn?
Everything she writes is a love letter to Brooklyn. I have never seen someone so down for her borough in my life.
There was just a progression of language and of images that just felt like Jackie writes beautifully.
I love how the voices were in conversation with one another, even if they weren't directly speaking to each other.
I also loved, I felt a different feeling like every 2 pages in a good way, not in a way that I felt jerked around, but just like, oh, this tenderness inside me, where is this coming from? And it was just like so beautifully evocative.
Like I had to reread the first paragraph, like, was there a page that I missed? Because it starts with but.
I love
But that
though.
afternoon, and I'm like, what about the previous afternoon, right? And then she's like, you gotta catch up.
I love the but that afternoon because I was like, oh, we're already disagreeing with something from the first word.
And you get that moment, like, don't fall in love with the grandparents. Like, don't fall in love with any of these characters because there are things you don't know.
Maybe this was the moment when I knew I was a part of a long line of almost erased stories.
As I was reading the book, I was so intrigued by the characters, but I felt like there was an unevenness in terms of the characterization and the depth.
I think the first person chapters and those shift even within chapters, it was a really striking reminder to me of like, it's not just Melody's story.
Right.
It's not just Iris's story.
Like, I think when I read books by Black writers that are trying to do the intergenerational conflict, it just seems like past, present, you tend to collapse in a way. But that's what we talked about. Jackie sort of trusts the reader to be able to follow along without making too sharp of like, here's where we're going next.
I think I was really invested in the perspectives that were the women's perspectives. And even with the epigraph we get at the beginning, like this is for the ancestors, I feel like Woodson was trying to create this lineage throughout. For me, the men felt like vehicles to get to know the women.
Which was a great choice.
I agree.
I think anything in service of women is good.
I agree.
Yeah. I also like the...
I also agree.
Just in case.
I realized I hadn't said it out loud.
Have you seen this man? So many signs, so many people blown into history.
2 of the worst tragedies in American history are repeatedly evoked. And there's so much death and so much pain for a book that didn't feel like swallowing a stone and just like having that heaviness inside you.
She was able to balance the darkness, and like it didn't, even though there was so much death, I wasn't depressed while reading this. I really admire that you can write it, like that ability to balance the dark and the light. She trusts the reader quite a lot. And I love when a writer trusts the reader. I don't need to be over-explained. More writers should give readers the opportunity to do some of that critical thinking. And like one of the things she does is introduce the Tulsa riot.
I was about to say that she doesn't really go into, well, this is how it
explain
happened.
much.
She doesn't say Black
And it
Wall
was
Street.
wonderful.
She doesn't say, but it's the current.
Right.
Yeah, she demands that you know your history. Either you are well-read or you're not. There was a lot of real sly stuff throughout the novel. And also these like truly sharp and funny moments. Like there's a page, she talks about Raymond Carver, who is so valorized in so many colleges. And she said Carver's staccato sentences bothered her. They felt like something she could have written in 7th grade. But every white person in her class seemed to be in love. I just fell out when I read that. And I like Raymond Carver, but it was just so perfect and just so vicious.
She feels hollow, untethered. She had thought freedom would feel different than this.
Do we want to talk about the end?
Yes. It felt like there was 100 pages missing.
And I was like, what? It's gone. It's over.
It's like, you know, in the movie Speed, where they're driving on the bus and they're like, there's a gap in the highway. I felt like that was the gap.
The closest we get to these characters is when there's only a few pages left. And then they're like, now I gave you everything I had to give you. Like, you go on.
It's really surprising in some ways that she did that we get so much. We learned so many crucial details in the last 15 pages.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, that's
brave.
some bold ass shit right there.
Brave.
Like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop a bomb right here. Good luck and good night. We're not sorry.
And figure it out. And keep going, because you got 10 pages left. So.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, quit now?
Quit yet,
I
right?
dare you.
Here's to beautiful books. Cheers.
Cheers.